NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Commanders and the Jets, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river, and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine for the postseason, winners of 8 of their last 10. Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. Now it's Crowder. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Off play action. It's Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
Throwing here, Howell. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. With his 11th touchdown on the ground, number 13 overall. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders 7, Jets nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former 2nd overall pick, now in his 3rd season out of BYU.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, with 3 weeks left, they are in one of those 3 wild card spots, Charles, but that spot is not clinched, and there's not a ton of breathing room for them. So the bottom line, They just need to focus on winning right now.
Yeah, they totally have their eyes open, don't they? They know they've got teams trying to run them down. They can hear their footsteps. The question coaches ask guys in the locker room, do you have another gear left to pull away and lock in that playoff spot? If so, let's hit it.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Faking the handoff, Howell. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack on offense. Sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Howell down to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. When you talk about this Jets defense, they come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down on my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Robinson up the middle. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Back to Robinson now on first down. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Again, it's Robinson. Powers through him. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
2nd down and 6 now. This time they'll throw it with Howell rolling to his right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them, because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Toward the pylon, caught. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender, but a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Sly now to kick off as he'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's another 1st down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deron Payne, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Deron Payne. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw is Wilson. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Wilson. Hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Howell. And his throw here is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And Howell will throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there. Saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Powell. And he's got it. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Robinson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Delay of game, offense.
Are you serious?
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Powell, 3rd and goal. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Sly able to put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The New York set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Wilson. Short pass caught by Henry. And able to break break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Wilson will throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Wilson on first down. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again is Wilson. And Watson has it right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 1 second, all that remains. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Bijan Robinson, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Miles Sanders, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline and finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not, that's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Deron Payne able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, want to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders. At their own 22. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, Hal back to pass. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Hal throwing on 3rd down here. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll go. It's Gibson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw him off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second and 5. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Hal down to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
Hand off now to Robinson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 9. Robinson with another carry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 93 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, Howell. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. His throw incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ball start. Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now the throw on 3rd down. Knocked away and incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field. Dime package. Lots of speed. No space to fit in the football.
Sly able to put this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watson. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 38-yard line.
Now Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Deron Payne. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Deron Payne drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush. What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Crowder now to return. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's got it down to the 28. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout?
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now this series could very well determine our outcome. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Wilson. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. The Commanders offense returning to the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And Howell will throw it. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Down to about the 37.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now they go play action with Howell. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're just making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Here's Wilson to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4 minutes.
Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On 1st down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Taken down at the 42. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
44-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over first and 10. And New York set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Wilson.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Washington, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.